Government of Afghanistan totally understand the importance of revenue administration and tax administration improvements in the country, which play a key role in the economic growth of the country by providing the funding requirement for the infrastructure projects, especially for a country like Afghanistan, which have been dependent on the aid since the last more than a decade. And now the government have decided to the self-reliance as a key priority for the country and for its different agencies working in the financial sector of the countries. So we several years ago we began to look for a more strategic way how to improve the infrastructure of our tax administrations. We were looking to identify some international best practices and adopt them in our organizations. Through our search or through this process, we introduced the Tadat methodology to our management. Fortunately, we were focusing on the 9 performance outcomes areas of Tadat in our organization since the last many years. But Tadat methodology provided us a more detailed guidelines on how to perform or on how to measure our performance in different areas. Keeping in view the importance of Tadat methodology, our management decided to include this in our 5-year strategic plan as well, so that we could implement and then measure this as a benchmark against our strategic plan of the organizations, so that we could every year measures our progress and performance in implementation of this important methodology in our organization. And following that, we have recently got the membership of the Addis Tax Initiative as well, where the Tadat implementation in the organization is again a priority for us through that program as well.
Around the same time frame we were discussing the Tadat methodology, we were in the process of establishing a centralized risk-based compliance unit. While refining the rules and responsibilities of the RBC unit, we decided to have the team utilize the Tadat methodology to assess the overall strengths and weaknesses of the organization in addressing compliance and institutional risk. The team was trained by a lead Tadat assessor. As part of the training process, the team facilitated a self-assessment of the 9 POAs. The assessment was done on ARD countrywide and then individually on large, medium, and small tax offices respectively. A compliance improvement plan was developed and the Tadat criteria were aligned with ARD's 5-year strategic plan.
We understand Tadat evaluates the effectiveness of tax administration all over the country. However, it is difficult to establish an effective administration system all over the country after a long period of war, particularly when instability persists. Availability of stable electricity is a major problem in trying to automate our processes, resulting in some of our offices continuing individual software packages or paper to copy taxpayer transactions. Electricity problem is always a contributing factor for the lack of adequate internet access. When electricity is available, slow speed of internet connectivity restricted the full implementation of integrated tax management system in some of our provincial offices, thereby impacting the completeness of registration database. Due to security reasons, it is difficult to hire and retain employees in some remote areas to provide adequate tax education and outreach programs. As mentioned reasons and some other, as a result, the full implementation of Tadat methodology has been limited to large, medium, and small tax offices and some 5 key provincial offices.
Despite facing a lot of challenges while implementing the Tadat methodology throughout the countries, we have some achieved some measurable successes throughout our large, medium, and small taxpayers' offices in the country. The successes which we achieved was we have focused a lot on the data integrity, which have significantly decreased the accounts appearing in our data integrity reports. The improved data have increased have helped us in our risk-based audit case selection methodology. Furthermore, the number of the taxpayers have increased throughout our offices in large, medium, and small taxpayers' offices. On-time filing and on-time payment have also increased with implementation of the Tadat in our different offices. Given the current situation of Afghanistan, we acknowledge that it will take time to implement the Tadat throughout the country. However, keeping in view the 5-year strategic plan of the Ministry of Finance, we are very much committed to make some key improvements in the large, medium, and small taxpayer offices in the center and in the 5 major provinces of the country. Keeping in view or considering the strategic vision given to us by the President of Afghanistan, improvement in the revenue and tax administration is the #1 priority of us to take Afghanistan towards self-reliance and to enable ourselves to finance our own infrastructure projects with our own revenue, because it's our country, our taxes, and our future.